For 50 years, the Sherick has served hundreds of women. Tucked away in the heart of Lubbock, this hidden jewel has provided immaculate facilities, beautiful surroundings, independent living, and a legacy of care and service to the women of Lubbock.
The Sherick probably has had over the years at least approximately 375 different residents. But it all started with Mrs. Sherick. It all started with Ida Mae Grogan Sherick. She was really an unbelievable businesswoman for her period of time. She was very creative in what she wanted to do, but she was also very frugal. But at the same time, she had a heart for not only people, but also for women. She wrote a will herself in 1936, and in that will, she wanted a trust to be formed for women. She wanted something, a place in Lubbock for women who couldn't take care of themselves any longer, but could come to a place that used to be very similar to their home. And so the Sherick came into creation. The Sherick has definitely changed over the years. It was a very small residential area with only 18 rooms. Within 2 years, they added 12 more rooms. So within 2 years, it started really growing. It can now house at least 30 women. So it has changed a lot over the years. It started out very, very small. But, you know, the trustees have been so good to use the money wisely, and they've added so much beauty to a place for somebody to come and live.
I have a lot of gratitude and thankfulness to Ida Mae for setting this up, for realizing the need of it, for a place for women.
My mother had been very reluctant to give up her home, and I kept saying, we've got to go to the Sherick because and just take a look at it. I said, it's everything that you could possibly imagine.
We had always heard about the Sherick and how lovely it was. And so one Sunday afternoon we drove over, and we got the address, we drove over, and we were just overwhelmed when we saw this big rambling ranch house nestled in all the beautiful trees.
One of the board members came up to me one Sunday and said, your mother is the perfect candidate for the Sherick. And I said, no, we can't afford that, And so, we worked the numbers, and it ended up being like $38 a month cheaper than for her to live on her own in San Antonio.
When the ladies come to the Sherick, they are so happy to be here. And they don't have a home, really, basically to go back to, because this is their home. So they sometimes are coming here not just real sure they want to be here, but once they get here, I think they are just very pleased.
Mother, being an old home economics teacher, was very impressed. Linen tablecloths, linen napkins, and beautiful little centerpieces, and I could see that she was feeling more and more comfortable. She couldn't believe that there would be any place like that.
Well, when we walked in, it just looked like your home. It's absolutely gorgeous. All the appointments are beautiful, all the wainscoting and everything is fabulous. And we were walking around with our mouths open, couldn't believe it.
There's a big activity room with pianos and more beautiful books and magazines and couches, TVs. In the gathering room, there's a large pull-down screen where they can watch football games if they want to. They also it has a stage where they have nice little performances from the community come and do performances for the ladies, things that they really enjoy. So we came on down the hall and saw the rooms. They were lovely. We walked into the library and her eyes just lit up. She's an avid reader, and she thought, oh gosh, I can sit here by this fireplace and read books. And we walked around the grounds. They're so gorgeous.
The grounds are absolutely lovely. They are on about 4 acres or more all the way around, and they're constantly tended to. It's kind of secluded. They've got all of those evergreens on the very south side of the Sherick, so you don't see anything else. You don't see anything that's going on other than right within your area.
So I'm a people person. I like people, but I also like my privacy, and that's been the wonderful part about it here is, I mean, when you want to be with people, you can be with people, and when you don't, you go to your room and you're given your privacy, and that's been wonderful.
The ladies take a lot of pride in their rooms. It's just a very homey, welcoming place.
But she said, this is my bedroom. This is my home. Out here is where I live.
The Sherick is not a nursing home. The Sherick is something totally, totally different. It is a place for these ladies to thrive, to move, to be active.
It is more intimate. I mean, they are more aware of everything that's going on in their lives. My mother-in-law, for a period of time, lived in Houston and lived in a much larger complex. She was just one of a number of 300 women. You cannot get the personal attention in those kind of facilities. It's not that they don't try, it's just impossible.
She said, someone is always out here checking on us to make sure that everything is spot. She just feels safe and secure. And she loves it.
I do not have to worry. When I'm out of town for sometimes 2 or 3 weeks at a time, I know that they will be taken care of. If they need to get to the doctor, they will be taken. I can call the front desk at any time I want to and say, has she left for the evening? They can tell me. I mean, it's not, well, I'll have to go and see. They always know because they check in and out.
For meals, once a month, they have to switch tables. So they have an opportunity for 1 month to sit at a table and to get to know everybody 3 meals a day.
And then on their birthday, they get to choose the menu, which is always a big deal for my mother and my mother-in-law. They plan long in advance. That is a big deal to them, you know. The women like the little side trips that from time to time that comes up. They have something called a trip to nowhere. Only the driver knew where they were going that day, and all the women would love to, they would sign up to go on that because they didn't know where they were going, out into the country, Florida, to an art museum or whatever it was. It was always referred to, oh, today I cannot do anything. It's the trip to nowhere.
And they took her to the Nutcracker, and they took her to look at Christmas lights, and she loves it. But I was not invited to the Nutcracker. She said, bye-bye.
The staff has been wonderful to my family. They have kept me up when they felt like Mom maybe wasn't doing as well or feeling as good as she should. They make all the ladies feel special and welcome and comfortable.
I think the fact that the board members are so actively involved and they know these women, they love them, the women love the board members, and it really is a hands-on operation.
I think the staff has always been very considerate of all of the women. They know what their little quirks are. They know they come in and they clean. They know each and every lady by their name.
The ladies are like sisters. Mother has to get someone to help her put her pearls on or whatever. There's always someone to help.
But all the women out here made Mother feel so welcome, and they've all just bonded with her, I think.
It's been neat for me to get to know all the other ladies. For me, it's an extended family too.
It's been a blessing to me and my sons, and it's met my needs. And I think that's what all people are looking for. You want your needs met.
This has been the perfect place for Mom. It's been really a wonderful place. It's been a blessing for our family.
You know, as wonderful as the Sherick is, and it's a beautiful building, and it has wonderful staff, and the staff do a great job. But it's not the staff in the building that make the Sherick what it is. It's the residents. They're the ones.
The Sherick began with generosity and grew with diligence and care. But the focus has been, and will continue to be, on making the lives of their guests as joyful and fulfilling as possible for the next 50 years and beyond.